Hi. Okay, so I kind of wanted to do like more of a proper update vlog and talk more on, you know, my break, I guess, right, on YouTube and whatnot, like just, my experience the past some years and, just general reflecting, looking back on my life and everything that, you know, I've witnessed. So yeah, like I don't know. So the past few years, like I was finishing up my degree in anthropology in Florida. Uh, I'm originally from Missouri, but yeah, it was nice being in Florida. I grew to really, really enjoy Florida actually, and I actually really like going outside now. It's pretty crazy. Like I used to stay inside a lot because I didn't have a lot of energy to do a lot of things. So I wouldn't go out a lot, or I wouldn't feel like going out, or, I wouldn't know where to go, or I wouldn't, feel like I had people to go with, and I didn't want to be, feel like I was going to be lonely or something. So, but yeah, like I was, I took some breaks on and off school, and I was kind of involved in a car accident, actually. It was, like, I mean, not my fault, it was definitely the other dude's fault, but, like, all three of the cars involved were totaled. Like, nobody died, we're all fine, but, yeah, I was doing physical therapy for a couple years and stuff, but, before that, I was already getting to a point in my life where I was so stressed that I was internalizing that stress. I was really tensing up, and it started to manifest like physical symptoms, right? And yeah, so there's part of it was general mental health and like coming to terms with your life, but then I started to have symptoms because I just took on too much stress, and like I was getting into kung fu and yoga, but I was kind of slacking off. I started strong, but I started to fall back into feeling kind of like the same as before, and I thought I'll take a break from school. I went to Texas for some time, and then I went back to Florida, and yeah, it was in that accident for a little bit, but it helped me get used to doing like exercise every day, going outside every day, and I used to not really enjoy that kind of stuff. Like, well, when I was younger, I really liked going outside to play, like every day. But in middle school, I started to become more reclusive. Like, I even used to play softball for 5 years, but towards the end of it, I was so introverted and I was staying inside so much that I would go outside and I would get like heat exhaustion, and like, so I just kind of like, and it was also there like getting more intense because they get more competitive in high school. It was, we're high schoolers, oh my gosh. But anyway, so I used, for a long period of time, like I didn't want to go outside. Like I just felt really uncomfortable. I started to feel really uncomfortable even being indoors, like physically uncomfortable. I think like the stress was really like hitting me physically, and mentally I was thinking about all the time, and so the placebo effect is a real thing. It's really amazing, what the mind can really do, what your feelings can really do for you. And so that's what I kind of started to realize more and more, like, because, in the past I tried therapy, right, and it just, just didn't happen to work out for me. I don't know, I just happened to meet the wrong people, or the people there weren't able to understand me because I come from a pretty multicultural, diverse background. I'm a little different than most of the people I grew up with, so it just wasn't for me. I had to find what was for me. But what I do, there's a lot of practitioners out there who do similar things, and that's kind of just training your brain also, not just the stretching, but my overall mentality. But I also did happen to find a way of exercising that really worked for me. I don't know, for some reason it suddenly seemed cheesy to me to do things like yoga, I used to think it was a little, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't raised to be really comfortable with my body, with myself, so it felt a little awkward at first, and I really was not that flexible. But I took a class, actually. I can just shout it out. It's called the Ben class in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the instructor, she really opened my eyes, because what she would do, she did combination of stretches, martial arts stretches, ballet stretches, and she would hold them though for at least 15 seconds or longer. And her figuring was you're kind of planking different muscles, multiple muscles in your body at the same time, right, as you're doing this. That's calisthenics. But also I realized that it was really helping me to start breathing more with my diaphragm. And that's the muscle that's right below your rib cage, right above your stomach. And I didn't realize before, how connected that muscle is to everything, really, emotional regulators and your brain and stuff, all sorts of body systems, muscle systems, circulatory systems. These are all connected, and by focusing your attention, by choosing to focus your energy on that, I would be strengthening all these muscles. I don't know, and I don't know if it happened. It happened over a while, a period of time. Okay, it's 2024, yeah. But so doing that practice, it helped me feel a lot better physically with my energy, and I was able to mitigate those physical symptoms, most importantly. I will say that my stress got so out of hand that I developed IBS symptoms. And I literally did go to the doctor, and they're like, haha, yeah, it's probably because of stress. And I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, the medicine he gave me didn't really work. That route didn't work for me. Maybe it works for some people. But what worked for me was holding the stretches for longer than 15 seconds, or, longer than just a little bit. Because when you hold it for a certain amount of time, you start to feel it, this muscle relax and other muscles relax, and your breathing gets deeper. And then the more you breathe with that, they say it's belly breathing, but it really feels after I did it for a while, I could start to actually feel the muscle that's there, right? Because it wasn't very strong before, right? So, and now I can feel it. So yeah, it does feel I'm kind of pushing from below. And when you're singing too, they say using your diaphragm. And then also that helped me with my singing too. It helped me really, take it to the next level. So I'm really grateful for that overall. It all kind of, is integrating, building upon itself. And yeah, the time passing kind of helped me see that I could improve, even though at the time it felt I was really weak and I couldn't really do many things, accomplish many things. It was hard enough for me to put out the covers, and those were just one take practice covers, and I didn't even really do a lot of editing and stuff. I would try here and there, but now I really feel I could have done a lot more, but I didn't think I had I just, for whatever reason, didn't feel like I had the energy, and, you know, I had a really pessimistic mindset, like, all of the time. And, yeah, this is, like, the other half. I really didn't realize, like, how ungrateful I was, like, how unappreciative I was being of things. Like, of course, like, you want to be a good person. I want to be a good person, and I wanted to, you know, like, all my life, but because of, you know, whatever, for whatever reason, environment, or the people I was around, whatever impression I had or got growing up. So it might not even have been the impression that the other people were necessarily trying to convey to me, but it's an idea in my mind that I got, a belief, you know, I got. And it kind of, you know, can stay with you, and your perception can really affect how you perceive your reality. So, right, the more and more I was thinking about that, the more and more I would read, you know, philosophical texts and stuff from the East and the West, like old and the new, throughout time and place, right? That's the study in anthropology, too, of humans throughout, you know, everywhere, the world, you know. I realized more and more, not only like the mental blocks that we place on ourselves unknowingly, these beliefs, but also that what, like, I had personally to deal with, right? Like the circumstances of my life that, you know, I had a feeling that something was kind of off growing up, right? Like, and you can see that throughout my videos. Like, I was like, clearly something's like amiss here, but like I didn't have all of the information, you know, and to put everything together to really, to see it, you know, for what it was while it was happening, right? Looking in retrospect, looking back, it's like I can go a lot easier on myself these days, and it feels really good to not have that kind of pretty much impeding my life, like really getting in the way and taking a lot of energy. Like thinking takes energy, taking so much energy and time from, you know, the other things that like I really wanted to be doing, right? And like, of course, it's like easy to say this, but you know, sorry, it's raining out there, it's the thunder, but so I realized that's what the practice of meditation is. It is practicing, because the more you do it, right, the better you become at it. The more you practice putting your attention to where you want it to be, the more and more you'll be doing it, the easier and easier it'll get. And right, I wouldn't be here saying this unless like it was actually working for me. Like in that Kung Fu video I uploaded, I think I said that Sifu, he would always say, the proof is in the results. And yeah, it was really like that for me. So I'm really grateful for all those experiences that I could learn from, you know. I feel like you can always learn something or take away something from the experience, and I figured out more and more how to make that something more productive, conducive, or whatever, to my life in general. And I used to not even be able to feel like I could. Another big part was like not even feeling like I could allow myself to feel okay, right? Because like I had those, you know, beliefs in my head. I had got it in there that for some reason I didn't, you know, right, deserve these things, that I wasn't good enough, like I hadn't done enough, like I wasn't working hard enough, that I wasn't being enough, the stuff like that. And I would really think about that, and especially like I want to thank you guys, because anyone who's, you know, been commenting on my videos throughout the years, like I feel like y'all would kind of treat me like a normal person, and so I would see how people would react to me on the internet like a regular person, and I would be like really thrown for a loop, because in my real life I really felt different than most of the people I was around, because I grew up mixed, like I am still mixed race, half Taiwanese, half, you know, mixed European, American, And that's like another part of it too. I can get into that, but you know, I like to play it cool, but but realizing, you know, not only was I mixed race, you know, the city that I grew up in, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I googled the demographics, it's 83% non-Hispanic white people. But to be fair, we did have a lot of international people in the city in general. So I actually was really grateful, blessed, whatever, to be around a bunch of different people. So while I might not have seen a bunch of like obviously mixed people, recently mixed people like myself, it was nice to interact with people from different cultures and see that it's okay to operate in different ways, and you can still enjoy your life, right? And have whatever is to you considered a successful life. So and yeah, that was another thing, thinking about the values that we have in life, what that really means, what the things really have. Like I spent so much time, you know, I spent a lot of time alone, and like I went through a lot of different circumstances in life. So like one side of my family was pretty affluent, not gonna lie. They did like lose their money though, so yeah, like but my mom, my other side of the family, they grew up, you know, I will say in Taiwan, which I didn't even realize how crazy it was until last year. Like, let me just say this, I didn't even realize that my mom's first language was a different language than the one I thought it was, like, because the government did such a good job of censoring their language, like, until like, I don't know, like 1940s or something, nobody was speaking this language there. And then after that time period, everyone has, you know, it was really the censorship. I had no idea. My mom, you know, didn't even know, basically, which was, you know, I mean, y'all might have been hearing more and more about Taiwan in the news and stuff, whatnot. You know, before in the past, I used to say that and people wouldn't know what it was. They'd be like, "Oh, Thailand?" I'd be like, "No." But today, I think people have been hearing about more and more. So, and I actually, you know, I didn't know a whole lot about it either until like the last couple of years or so. I did start to do my own research because I don't really speak to, I'm not in contact with a lot of the family over there, so and some of this, you know, I didn't want to ask some family and bring up touch any source topics, you know, anything like that, like, so you know, I was doing a lot of research on my own, and to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I did research, like 4 years ago, I missed all of this. I missed this, and I was an anthropology student at pretty good, top, whatever, good ranking university, so you know, I'm leaving this in at the end of the 18-minute video. I don't know about putting this in as its own, we'll just put this in here, but it was pretty, you know, like, whoa, wow, you know, you gotta, you know, trust but verify, do your own research into things, and, you know, it's a big world out there, you know, you don't need to assume everything, and sometimes assuming things, you know, it can end up hurting you, you know, if you, it's nice to look into things, do your own research, let me just say, like, it's good to learn, to be enlightened, to have knowledge, so, yeah, I'm just putting that out there, yeah, so I didn't even know that, that helped me go a lot easier on myself, too. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know, like, you know, some of my family didn't even know that. We can go easier on ourselves now. You know, we have, you know, a lot of things to be grateful for now. So that was pretty amazing. But yeah, doing a lot of reflecting, like on, you know, where I was, you know, with my family, like with myself, and you know, physically, my health, like my mental health, like me in like society, right? Like, and people in general, like, and what I want to do with my life. Like, that's kind of the part where I guess, what I'm thinking about now, which is, yeah, like, I used to think, certain things, but now after doing all this reflecting and thinking more and more what I value, like, now I'm, well, after kind of lifting that veil, in a way, I'm like, now what? Like, honestly, most of my life, over half of my life, I was suicidal. I wanted to kill myself, mostly every day, for most of my life. So, to not be in that state of mind, you know, to be in a different state, to have moved, or to be moving, you know, becoming, transforming, always be renewing, you know, it just feels like different, like, well, like, I didn't really consider these things before, because in the past, I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna make it past 25, right? Like, oh, I'm for sure gonna... If I say that actually, I don't even think you can say that on YouTube now. What, KMS, you know, okay, I think you can say that, oh, and yeah, oh, YouTube, oh, my YouTube, yeah, I'm just gonna do, you know, this is my YouTube channel, this is, I don't care if it looks like I'm stuck in whatever. That's an old iPod up there. I found my old tower speaker. Like, I'm visiting my mom right now, and I'm finding my old stuff, my old globe. Like, this is like a table from when I was a kid, but I'm like, oh, I need like a workstation or whatever. So, but yeah, that totally derailed my train of thought. Thinking about now. Right? Oh, I was so happy I could keep that train of thought for 22 minutes. I didn't want to edit this video. But yeah, YouTube. So the way, yeah, and YouTube has changed, but I'm here for it. So, yeah, like, I'm thinking now, like, well, wouldn't it be fun to do some more of the things that I've wanted to do? Because, like, over the years, like, I've come up with a lot of ideas and, you know, considerations, or like what ifs, or wouldn't that be fun, and like, I've like attempted to do a little bit, but like, not like, I didn't really feel like I did myself the justice so much as like I could be doing. And that takes me back right to the name of this channel. There we go. The entire, there we go. The whole point of this, right? Like, you have to remember you're gonna die so that you will remember to live. So that you do right now. Like, you're always remembering that, like, using death as an advisor, if you will, as some say. So, I really, I don't know. I feel like I've come a long way from where I used to be, but at the same time, I still feel like me. In a way, I feel even more me than, I don't know, I don't want to say ever before, but like, I feel more free to be me, right? Yeah. So I'm really glad about that, and that's like another reason why I'm saying all of this here, because if I can express that, not only, you know, expressing myself, like, I don't think we should be censoring ourselves, you know, like, there's nothing else here but people. There's nothing else to do but, you know, hang out with each other, pretty much. Everything else is just stuff, just things that we make up. Like, the realest things here are each other. So I'm like, and the realest things, you know, that we have are our expressions. So I'm like, should not be censoring myself. So I made a lot of my videos that used to be private, public, once again, like, so I'm like, yeah, I wanna get that out, and I wanna convey that to anyone else who's watching, that you should, I mean, if you want, do what you want, you know, express yourself in ways that you want, you know. And yeah, if anything that I said, you know, in this video that has helped me, you know, can help you, like, I have some videos up about, you know, the mental health journey and whatnot, and you can just see, you know, in my past videos, you know, I was struggling with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and stuff, and I don't, you know, I'm really grateful, like, it was, like, I don't want to complain too much, but it was, and I didn't ever want to I mean, I didn't want to make other people feel bad, right, by complaining, but I feel I gotta express how I felt, and if I do that in a productive way, right, that can come back to help me, that could help somebody else, and that helps everything as a whole, and the world as a whole, society as a whole, and, you know, we all live here, that's where we all are, you know, together, so I'm like, yeah, it feels like a pretty good thing to do. Here we are. I wrote some notes down, but I think I got it. Yeah. Totally. So, yeah, okay. I don't know, on YouTube, I don't know, people will watch a video any length of time, I guess, like, so, I guess, here we go, it's just gonna be 26 minutes. But I don't know, these days, people are doing, like, live streams. And they're playing video games or doing anything, playing music, or just chatting and live streaming, or they're, like, walking around, they're out and about, like, something I really enjoy doing now, one of my favorite, my other favorite thing besides music and singing is driving. Like, I love driving. I just go on drives for fun. Like, I don't know, like, I have a dash cam. I've considered uploading some of the footage, but I don't know if that's, in the past, people might have been criticized for driving and vlogging, and I do have a driving and vlogging video, but I don't know, I enjoy driving, and my dash cam is always there anyway, and we'll see, I'll think about it, like, oh yeah, so, even though I was in the car accident, I still love driving, like, I loved driving before that, and after that, like, that was not my fault, like, that was an off day, let me tell you, so, no, okay, we're good, but, yeah, most people don't like driving, but I like road trips, and I actually, yeah, after the car accident, I drive, like, a truck now, like, it's 2002 Toyota Tundra, so it's, yeah, people see it and they'll just, like, go around me, right, like, so, yeah, and it's not, pro tip, it's not, like, I didn't get it painted, you know, I got new wheels, and I do, like, any repairs that I can, you know, I'll pay someone else to do what I can't do, but because it's not painted, like, I don't have, that's another, you know, anxiety, worry off my mind. I don't even have to think about, like, if anyone dings my car, like, somebody, yeah, I mean, and I didn't even, like, my car was, like, completely fine, like, so, and I felt fine, like, I didn't, yeah, to be honest, the car that I was in the accident, it was, the Volkswagen Golf, which, yeah, it does feel like you're driving a golf cart. So, I mean, yeah, I would not recommend for a car accident, but yeah, like, oh my god, I'm not even gonna, don't even give me into all the electric vehicle, all that, oh, I'm just like, yeah, after what I've, you know, witnessed, I'm very grateful to be here and keep on building. The video is like almost 30, okay. Well, okay. Alright. Peace.